What is the story of Born Ready?
The story of Born Ready follows a character called Marion Croft, who was once a former child star, kind of like a pre-Shirley Temple, and show business doesn't know what to do with her as she becomes an adult. And so she finds a place in variety shows, but she still has that desperation to be relevant, you know? So she forges this partnership and this friendship with a new dancer that comes on the show. And maybe the relationship isn't the healthiest. Maybe there's some twists and turns about that. The inspiration for Born Ready came in the form of a black and white photo that my friend John Steinhagen sent to me. And it was of this all-star review that Martha Raye was hosting kind of just before she got the Martha Raye show. And there were women dressed up like cereal boxes and they were gonna do a performance of some kind. And he said, you know, I kind of wonder about one of the girls in those cereal boxes, and would you consider writing the book to a musical? I'll write the music. And that sounded absolutely terrifying. I'd never written the book to a musical before, so I said yes, thankfully, and accepted the challenge. And what came of it is sort of this, you know, light, fun, quippy thing that we thought it might be, but then also what developed was this super layered story about these two women who just desperately needed something, and they found it with each other. So to develop and research the show, sort of dove into my best friend YouTube and was watching a lot of clips from, you know, I Love Lucy, from Sid Caesar and Imogen Coca's Your Show of Shows, you know, Martha Raye, all of those greats from the 50s. And that sort of helped me develop the style of when you see the performance pieces in the show. And then you had to dig a little deeper to understand what was going on in people's lives as far as what would a production be like, and how hard would you have to fight as a woman to be at a seat at the production table. To think about who my favorite character in the play would be is really hard, and I want to give that stereotypical answer of I love all my babies, but it's kind of true. These people have been living in my head for 3 years more, and I love so many things about them. I feel like there's a little piece of me in all of them. I can certainly relate to Marion as a performer, as an artist, where, you know, maybe you see yourself one way and maybe show business doesn't see you that way. And I can relate to Harriet because I come from a small town in East Texas, and she comes from this little town and has these big dreams and arrives in a big city and is just trying to make it. I can see myself in Dottie, the wardrobe mistress, because we all have that friend that we're just gonna stick by through thick and thin, and I see myself in Sam because we all have those relationships where maybe they aren't the healthiest for us, but we're in it to stay. I think people are going to love Born Ready because they're going to take that look at 1950s television and see that singing and dancing and all the great commercials, and it's everything we love about that. And then we're going to take a look behind the camera and we're going to see those dark relationships. We're going to see those dynamics in Hollywood that are kind of a mystery to us. And we're going to see some deeper things about these people that we assume are these jovial characters that we've always loved. It's a joy to work with a factory theater. What's so great about it is that it's a big family. And one of the coolest things that we do is that we're doing original work at all times. And what that challenges us to do, especially as we grow in business, we grow in maturity, is we have to collaborate with each other, and especially on something like this where we have a music dynamic, we have a playwright dynamic, a dancing dynamic. The director, myself, assistant director, stage manager, all the designers have to be in sync and in great communication with each other, because one change from any of us affects all of us. So it's sort of a really cool challenge and creates this big, crazy artistic family. So I'll be putting back on my casting director hat for the factory, and we'll be working on casting our fall show, which will be coming up. And then I have to decide on which of these ideas in my head I'm gonna focus on and get to writing again and hopefully appear somewhere in that 2019-2020 season.